Hey everyone, welcome back. This is going to be a really pretty fall look today. If you're wondering what's on my head, it's actually a t-shirt. I'm drying my hair and the t-shirt cuts down on frizz. So to get things started, I primed my face with the Nivea for Men Post Shave Balm. It works just as good as the expensive primers, and there's a ton more of it for half the price. Once I get that all over, I'm going to start with the foundation. I'm going to go in with two different foundations. I have the Too Faced Born This Way in the shade Vanilla, and the Revlon Colorstay for combination and oily skin in the shade Nude. And I'm mixing them right now because I have the remainder of my summer tan, and with the two together, it matches my skin better. And sorry, my camera cut out right there, so you didn't get to see me blending it in, but I used a flat top stippling brush to blend in my foundation. Next, I'm going in with some concealer. The concealer that I'm using is the NYX Gotcha Covered concealer in the shade Ivory. And I also added in a couple drops of the Makeup Forever foundation in the shade 117 Light. And I'm dotting that on my chin, putting it in triangle shapes under my eyes, down my nose, and on my forehead, just to highlight those points of my face. And I'm using a Real Techniques blending sponge to blend that in. I really like this concealer. It comes out relatively thick from the tube. I think that's because it's waterproof, but I don't find that it creases or gets patchy. And to set my foundation and concealer, I'm using the Covergirl Professional Translucent. And you saw me hold up two. I'm using Translucent Fair and Translucent Medium. Also because I still have the remnants of my summer tan, and that seems to work. I put the lighter of the two where I put my concealer, and then the medium color I put where just my foundation is. And it looks like a lot, and it is. That was probably way too much powder, which is why I made that awesome face. And I'm just going to let it sit on my skin. This is a technique called baking. And while my foundation and powder is baking, I'm going to fill in my eyebrows. And I am using the Milani Stay Put Brow color in number 2 Natural Taupe. And then here I'm patting in the color and then dusting away anything, or patting in the powder and then dusting away anything else that's left on the skin. And then I'm taking just a taupey eyeshadow and setting my brow pomade with the eyeshadow. The shadow is from the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye palette. Next, I'm going to contour my face, and I'm using the Too Faced Soleil. I think this is in the color Medium Deep. This is the best bronzer I've ever used in my entire life. It smells like chocolate, and it's the perfect shade for my skin. So I contour my cheekbones, down the sides of my nose, on my temples, across my forehead, and then my jaw and my chin. And I contour my nose because my nose has been broken at least 3 times. I've lost count. And then blend so you don't look like you just put cocoa powder on your face. Especially on your jawline, you don't want that. You don't want that line.
People swarming around like ants, rushing around. The sunlight is through.
So once I have that all blended, I'm going in with my blush. This is also from Milani. It's number 1 Romantic Rose, and it's just a nice matte rosy color. It's good for pretty much every look. And if you notice, I'm blending that down into the contour just to make the cheekbones and the contour seamless. And then going in with a little bit of a highlighter. This is from Physicians Formula, and this is the Powder Palette Mineral Glow Pearls in Translucent Pearl. And I'm using a soft, fluffy, flat top stippling brush. And the particular one I'm using is from Sonia Kashuk. So starting with the eyes, I'm starting with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this particular primer. Sometimes it seems kind of powdery, and I find that my shadows crease more when I use it. So what I did on top of it, and you'll see this right now, I used the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Milk, and it's just a white base. It will make these fall colors pop. And this next part, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place with the palettes. I'm going in with the BH Cosmetics Galaxy Chic, and that first color that I use is a gorgeous orange color called Venus. And I'm taking a large fluffy brush and blending that right into my crease. And I just continue to build that color up until I reach the color that I want. Then I'm taking a smaller blending brush, just slightly smaller than the one we used, going back into that same color Venus, and just defining the crease a little bit more and brightening it up as well. The next shade I'm going to use is just a touch darker than Venus, and that is in the Urban Decay Vice palette. It's called Bitter. And I'm using that smaller blending brush and putting that into my outer corner and outer crease.
People swarming around like ants, rushing around.
Then I'm going into the Urban Decay Vice 2 palette, and I'm taking the color Sonic and putting that very, very into my very outer corner. So making a V on the outside of your eye is what you're doing with that color. Building up the color and then blending it out with back and forth motions. And again, I'm so sorry about all of these palettes. I saw all of the colors and was just inspired. I've actually been wearing this look a lot lately. It's just so pretty for fall, and if you have blue or green eyes, those bad boys will pop. Then I'm going into the Kat Von D Monarch palette, and I'm using the color Summerfly, which is this gorgeous gold color. It has a little bit of chunky glitter in it, which leads to some fallout, but it's so pretty. And I am using a dual-ended brush, dual-ended synthetic fiber brush, and I'm using the super flat side to pat on that color, the gold color. Then I'm going back in with the large blending brush that still has a little bit of the orange shade that we used at the very beginning, and I'm blending everything together. This actually kind of looks like a Harry Potter Gryffindor look. So if that's what you wanted to go for, then you could just stop right here. Add a little bit of black eyeliner, and that would be perfect. The Sonic shade has a lot of fallout, so you just want to brush that away with a brush. So the next color I'm using is also from the Monarch palette, and it is called Deadhead. The description of the color says that it's a chocolate brown. It looks totally black to me. But in any case, I'm using that to super define the outer corner. And then take the smaller of the two blending brushes that we've used, and again, blend everything together. Next, I'm going to use the other side of the dual-ended brush, which is slightly fluffy, but it's still a flat brush, and I'm going back into the Kat Von D palette. I'm using that light cream color, and it's called Tiny Death. It has a little bit of shimmer in it. This look is just all around shimmery. Normally, if I had shimmer on the lid, I wouldn't do shimmer on the brow bone too, but I went all out. And you'll want to bring that down on top of the other colors that you've already placed there, just to blend out any harsh lines that may have been created. So now I'm basically repeating what we did on the upper lid on the bottom lid, except I'm taking the brown color that's next to Deadhead, which is called Shadow Box. And I'm using that to define the outer third of my lower lash line. Then I'm going in, and you can actually use the same color, or the color Bitter, the darker of the oranges that we used. In this case, and I don't know why I did that, I used Wrath, also from the Kat Von D Monarch palette. And all of these eyeshadows and names and stuff will be in the down bar. Then also from the Kat Von D palette, I'm taking that Summerfly, the gold color again, and I am putting that on the inner third. Then I'm taking Tiny Death, also from the Kat Von D Monarch palette, and putting that in the inner corner just to brighten up everything.
Something
Then I'm taking a small, kind of condensed, fluffy brush. It's soft, but it's a little bit stiffer than a blending brush. I'm going back into the color Venus from the Galaxy Chic palette, and I'm using that to blend everything together on the lower lash line. So now I'm going to tightline my upper lid, my upper lash line, and I am using the NYX retractable eyeliner, waterproof eyeliner in black. I'm going to save you the disgust and only do one eye. I'm also taking a white eyeliner, also from NYX, and I'm doing that on my lower waterline. That really, especially with a darker look, that really brightens up your eye area. And then for my eyeliner, I'm using the Milani Tech Extreme Liquid Eyeliner in number 1 Blackest Black. And I'm just going to do a small wing. And I apologize that I'm not closer. I was having serious issues with my iPad camera. I had to switch locations a couple of times, and then my memory was running out. So I will do a detailed tutorial soon that details how I do my eyeliner. So I make a small flick on the outer corner and then fill it in all the way to the inner corner. I went ahead and finished my other eye, and last but not least is mascara. I am using a new Mary Kay mascara, and this is the Lash Intensify mascara. I love this mascara. The brush is ginormous and fluffy, which makes your lashes ginormous and fluffy. And they look so pretty, and if I really wanted to go dramatic, I would have added false lashes, but this mascara is plenty. You don't need false lashes for this look. I'm just finishing up my other eye, and the look is pretty much done. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and if you decide to recreate this look, I would love to see it. I will see you all later. Bye.